Good morning, sunshines. Happy Friday. Yay, it's Friday. Who watched the CPAB meeting last night? Me, I did. I raised my hand. Good morning, Amy. How are you doing today, Amy? Do you guys have gigs this weekend? Yep, I watched it too. I was there with you. Yep, I think so. Either she was on purpose or they hid her. I'm surprised they didn't send somebody else. But I was yeah, I'm exhausted today too. I am tired. I'm ready for a weekend. Ah, well, that'll be exciting, huh? Hi, Athila. Good afternoon to you. How are you doing today, Athila? Yeah, it um it intrigued me that hey, Style, good morning. It intrigued me that they said she was just a community member, not a CPAB member. Did you catch that? I'm wondering if they took Scientology off. Sorry, I'm gonna munch on breakfast while we're chatting this morning. Well, we know they're liars, but she's always been listed as Scientology has always been listed as one of the CPAB members. And last night he said that she was just a community person. It was quite interesting, anyways. How's little Miss Cabbage today? Are you guys going to do any protesting this weekend, Style? Hmm. I'm doing good, Afila. I'm ready for some. I'm just ready for something. It was 70 some degrees yesterday. It was really, really nice. And today it's kind of cloudy, so I'm hoping the weather holds up. I might go back outside in a little while. Exercise is good for you, though, Afila. That's the good burn. Remember, your muscles are like, oh yeah, that's what it's like to work out. Wake up, body. I'm gonna be on Brian's replay crew this morning. Oh, I don't care if you're boosting my security for free. It was quite interesting. The meeting was last night. I like her. Sorry, I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. I like how Audit got some one-on-one time after the meeting. Then they asked her to the Christmas party. They're like, oh, well, you can come to the Christmas party this year. That was funny. It reminds you what those muscles are there for, Avila. Pain is not always a bad thing. Oh. Yeah, she was pretty triggered at the LAPD meeting, and I hope that she goes back and I hope that she sticks with it. Consistency will be key on them listening to her. And then she needs to bring it around to not just talking about it, but she needs to do something about it. She needs to report. Even if it's out of statutory compliance, she still needs to report. Style says we had a great couple of days. We were working on a secret project. Shh, it's secret. That I quickly realized needs help from a talented video editor. Help! Ye talented idiot video editors we have in this group, that's for sure. I'm not your go-to person there at all, Style. But we have Antics and Let's Go and Joe. They're really all good. It is true, it is hard when your trauma is not validated. And when you're trying to give somebody the perspective of what you're feeling inside your heart, and it just comes out looking like anger rather than passion or rather than need. She just needs to be consistent with it. And I like seeing Nora on the channel last night too. I'm glad she dipped in. I need to talk to that woman. That's right, Manning was there. Hmm. At some point I need to jiggle his ears too. That sounded kind of kinky, didn't it? They do, but the problem with that, Amy, is that anything that has to do with the DA has to come through the police. I've already talked to the DA. And claims have to come through. They have to come through a complaint. They have to be recommended and referred by the police, whether it's the police, whether it's Homeland Security, whether it is the sheriff's office. That's the process. So they can go and talk to the DA all they want, which, as I said, I have. It has to come through the process. Because the DA just doesn't go, oh, these people had trauma. Let's prosecute. You have to go through the complaints. Spoke to his team. Did not speak with Hochman directly. And I know what they're looking for. But you have to follow the process. And trying to get somebody to follow the process is like pulling teeth, Amy. Because people think that you go and you say something to the commission or the DA's office or even the chief, and it's bippity boppity boo, something happens. It doesn't work that way. But that's who's making the complaint, Amy. Scientology is following the process. Think of it not as an emotional thing. Think of it as a process thing. Scientology followed the process. And it worked. And that's what we need to do. That's what survivors need to do. That's what the victims need to do. They need to follow the process. If they don't follow the process, nothing comes of it. And I don't know if I'm the wise Grammy or not, Afila. I don't know if I'm wise or stupid. Pick a day. Who gets results is who follows the process. And Scientology picked a person. They followed him. They made complaints. They followed the process. I don't know that that's true, Amy. Who has followed the process? Laura hasn't. Serge hasn't. Nobody there has. Eric hasn't. Why would the DA pull something out of his ass? And I'm not being mean. I'm just saying that's the process. Remember, a sad story is just a sad story without the evidence, without the report. And literally, that's the way they look at it. Mm-hmm. Yep, they were picking a target all along. DOA fell into it. They've tried to pick streets a couple of times. And the education definitely is a component, and it definitely needs to be there, Amy. But without no victim, no crime. Think of it as a law enforcement person. No victim, no crime. What happens when I don't know. That's a good question for the victims. They have to file an official complaint. Talking about it is one thing. Filing an official report is another thing. In order for something to go through the DA's office, there has to be an official report, an official complaint that turns into an investigation that gets referred to the DA's office for prosecution. That's the process. Good morning. How are you doing today, Miriam? And in the past, when anything has been done like Serge he did file complaints in Florida. He did, but it was in Florida. And it was completely covered up in the investigation process. It was safe pointed, but not in the LA area. Yep, down in Clearwater he did. I know I need to do replay on Brian's. So in order to do a DA, let's say a prosecution in LA, the crimes would have had to have happened in LA. And if you are within statute of limitations, or even think you're within statute of limitations, remember we were talking about AB 2777, which is the sexual abuse crimes that had happened. Yes, he would need to make another complaint in Clearwater. Nothing. We were just talking about the CPAB meeting from last night, and we're talking about how people can make criminal complaints. And Amy was saying that the DA didn't care, and I said the DA, Scientology has followed the process. That's why they've gotten their cases that they have. Good morning, Jojo Bananas. Good morning, Jennifer. Hugs to you too, and kisses to you too this morning. Lots of love. But that's one thing that Miriam Francis and I have discussed quite a few times on our lives, is that you need to report, report, report. Without the report, there is no crime. With no crime, without the victim, there is no crime. Let's take somebody that's been essayed raped, for an example. Not a child, but a grown lady. She can, or abused, she can file a claim, she can file a police report, and then the prosecutors take over. But if she were to revoke her complaint, their case would be gone. Correct? Because no victim, no crime. Now, in the case of a child, it's different because the state takes over for the child and the state prosecutes. And I'm only talking about US because I'm not too sure how it works overseas. That's right. We do. We need to, that's why we need to keep talking about it. Reports have to be made. And when the administration changes or ideas or thought processes change, like now, it's different now than now. Whether or not Serge could ever reclaim for the Clearwater area, I'm not too sure because he's claimed once. And I don't know about the whole double jeopardy stuff, kind of stuff like that. I'm not too sure. But you would think the case could be opened up with new evidence. For well, statute of limitations is different in each state, but in California, child abuse not sexual related is really short. It's like 2 years. Good morning, nice to see. You did make it. Yay! We're happy that you made it. Now, the statute of limitations have changed recently, so anything I think after 2023, there is no statute of limitations. But before that, that was, and it really depends on when the crime happened. Yeah, that's a good question, Miriam. I don't know. Good morning, Brian. How are you feeling, Brian? I'm sorry we missed you yesterday, and I'm hoping you're feeling better. I need to catch yours on replay, but I will watch because I love watching your streams in the morning. I just didn't get a chance to hop on this morning. So, as I said, statute of limitations is different in every state for the child abuse and for sexual abuse, but most states probably on the criminal, but there's always civil. Ooh, you ate a Whopper that didn't agree with me? Yeah, Whoppers are they're good for the soul, not good for the tummy. Personally, Wendy's Baconators are just really the best. They have really good Baconators. Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Brian. So, but yep, we need to We need to encourage people to make reports. A Dave's double when I go to Wendy's. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of a Dave's double. Wow. I get a little, those junior baconators, and I still have to cut it in half. But my son always gets the great big ones. Yeah. I have no idea how he eats one of those big old things. Oh, amazing. When do you start school, Brian? What is Dave's double? It's a lot of sandwich. It's a hamburger. The New Zealand cult Gloriavale. The young people that left brought a case against them together, including forced labor. There's so many exes couldn't do that. Yes, they can. And one of the cases that Miriam and I have talked about was the United Nation of Islam case that just happened. Well, it was the last couple of years, and they were just convicted in October for the crimes. And it was based on RICO charges and labor violations. And so, yes, it could be brought in like that. But you have to have at least one claim to start it. Remember, no victim, no crime. And they can yell it into the echo chamber of YouTube all they want, but until they file a criminal complaint, it's with that case you're talking about would be the FBI. No victim, no crime. It's that simple. You know, Aaron gives out a lot of great information when he talks about the different cases, when he talks about the history. But until somebody steps up to report the crime, nothing's going to happen. I applauded them when they went to the to the LAPD commission. But they needed to do something with it from there. You're taking 2 classes in June, starts June 2nd and goes till July, then 4 classes in the fall. Wow. You are going to be a busy puppy. Yep, doubling your classes. That's cool. That's what I did. All of mine were online. They double classes. That's a lot. Especially when they're comprised of just a couple of weeks rather than a whole semester. Good for you, though. I'm so excited for you, Brian. Yep, that's going to be awesome. Good morning, Irish. Good afternoon to you. How are you doing? Yeah, Miriam, we were talking about the CPAP last night. See, I I personally think they took Scientology off the CPAP. Ooh, that is gonna be fun, Joe. Irish, you guys are gonna have a great time. Awesome. Except for I prophesy trouble. Really? I loved taking my classes online. I can't go sit in a classroom class. I loved taking mine online. It was so much nicer. Yeah, I know, right, Miriam? I think so too. I think they pulled Scientology off from there. Really, Joe? You can't even convince me of that. Yeah, I smell the shenanigans. Yes, I do. You'd see, we're all different, Brian. I mean, that's cool. I just, I like doing my work at 2 a.m., thinking to myself, and I'm a morning person, so don't get me wrong, but when it comes to my schoolwork, I like having my peace, my quiet, my focus. And if I want to get up and do it at 2 a.m., I can do it at 2 a.m. Yeah, that's going to be brilliant having the two of you together, Irish and Joe. Nice, nice. I haven't even changed the page yet this morning, you guys. I'm just kind of sitting here chatting. Yeah, I know. I really liked her speech at LAPD. I guess they canceled for this coming week. Oh, excuse me. It was great. Phoenix Book Girl, good morning. How are you doing today? I hope your morning is starting to be bright and sunshiny already. Yep, it's 6 a.m. over there on the West Coast. So they're all starting to wake up and open up their peepers. Really nice to see. I mean, I'm glad, but that would be hard for me. Oh, I'm glad that you caught us live. Ick on the dentist appointment. Oh, thanks, Miriam. Unless it's going to get you out of pain, because that's always the best kind of dentist appointment. When you have a toothache and they can go fix it. That's a good one. Or just a cleaning. Cleanings are good. Oh, I am still yawning. Oh my goodness. Did anybody catch the Nash Keys, the Nash party last night, or the fundraiser? I know. Well, I used to see. Hey, good morning, Kathy. I knew we'd wake up you West Coasters. Honestly, my biggest deal was when I went to college. It was right after I finally survived through all the operations and everything, and I was pretty messed up physically. And it gave me an opportunity to be on the same page as everybody else. So online, nobody could see. Oh, Cheryl went live. I'll have to watch that. Ah. Irish. See, I never did that. I got married right after high school, like right after high school. So I never did go out and do the party thing in the college thing. But it gave me an opportunity to be on the same level and the same playing field as everybody else because people didn't think of me as being disabled. I'll have to go back and watch it. I'll catch it on Cheryl's. Um, and to me, that made a difference because I wasn't treated different. Do you understand? So I think that was the best thing for me is because I was in class with my brain. My disability didn't impede. It didn't give them a bias against me. So I think that's why I enjoyed being online. Besides the fact that, yeah, and I could work at my own pace, in my own level, in my pajamas, and not having to go, physically having to go to a classroom, for me worked nicer. Besides the fact then you'd have to go sit and talk to people. It just fit. It just worked. But I am so glad that you like going to college and that you like being there with people. That'll give you an opportunity to be around others, Brian. That's awesome. Quit cleaning your foot, your paw. Do you have a sore? Let me see. Let me see. Come here. Let me see your paw. Let me see your paw. You got an owie? Why are you licking your paws? I don't know. For some reason I thought it was being held somewhere else again. Let me look. I will not be streaming. I think Ganja is going to stream. And I don't know if Audit is going. She had a late night last night. Let me see. April 25th. Can you believe it's the end of freaking April? Yep, it's going to be there at the regular City Hall, 10 a.m. What is on the agenda? National Arab American Heritage Month. So they're having a presentation. And then there's an LA River Rangers graduation ceremony. And then oral reports. So there's Bureau of Street Services and BPW. So those are all written, and then so really it's just going to be presentations today, and awards, and smiles, and cheese. They talked protest tonight, turning Save the Garden and rally on Tuesday in Clearwater. Yep. Ooh, that sounds really good. Hey, good morning, Peter. Thank you for that clarification, Peter. I appreciate that. Double jeopardy is being retried for the same crime. If it's not brought to trial, then it can still be brought before the court. Thank you. Thanks for the clarification. Y'all are just smarter than I am. It's probably smaller too, but smarter than me. I got a treat for this afternoon. Excuse me. My son brought me home a cream-filled donut last night that I'm going to eat today. Yes, I am. I was going to have it with coffee this morning and I forgot I even had it. And I could leave it for coffee tomorrow morning, but I don't think I'm going to wait that long. Excuse me. So I don't think Ganja's even awake yet this morning, but if she is, I know, cream-filled donuts, those are like the eclair bars. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Those things are good. I don't eat them very often. Yep. Do you guys have any good plans for this weekend? Excuse me. Ooh, Krispy Kreme. I think I've only had Krispy Kreme a couple of times. What was a fun thing. Okay, fun fact. Anchorage didn't have a Krispy Kreme. I think they do now. But back then, Krispy Kreme, they didn't have one in Anchorage. So every time people would be coming through Seattle or Portland, we would grab like 10 boxes of Krispy Kremes. And then we'd sell them when we get home. Give them out as prizes. Ooh, okay. Thank you, Miriam. So that was always fun, is watching when people came back from Seattle. They'd be loaded up with Krispy Kremes. Then every once in a while we would do a fundraiser and somebody would ship in cases of Krispy Kremes and we'd sell it for a fundraiser. That was always fun. I haven't had a Dunkin' Donut since, gosh, I was a kid. I think they even have one near me. You make your own donuts, Joe? The fresh cream filled ones, those are my favorite too. I like them. I like the custard filled ones. What say you on that, Irish? So also at the end of trial, like in Jane Doe 3, where they didn't get a conviction, the court reserved the right to retry DM, prejudiced or without prejudice. Ah, very good. You miss Winchell's donuts? Don't know what a Winchell donut is, Kathy. Oh. I like the custard ones. I did not know that you work there. Hey, Sophia, good morning. Boston cream. There's also a bakery that makes a dairy-free version near me. Ooh, yummy. That sounds good. I like the Boston creams. I knew we would talk about food at some point this morning. Winchell's must be a Western thing. Good morning, Gigi. How are you doing? Yeah, simple or not, I really like just the little powdered sugar ones. Nougat filled donuts are my particular. Ooh, that sounds good. I am too. Must have been just the long week, Ganja. Are you going to stream today, Ganja? Nutella filled donuts? I don't think I've ever tried those. Yeah, those are good. The Long Johns with maple frosting. Yep, those are good. There's a lot of sugar. Good morning, Haggis. I cannot stream today, Ganja, but that's okay. Maybe Miriam or somebody can do it. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to call in today, Ganja, because I'm going to be in a meeting. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Okay, Ganja. Yeah, I'm not really a super huge donut fan either. It's just I was in the mood for a donut. So we went and got me one last night so I could have one today. We have a Tim Hortons here too. I think I've had a cup of coffee there once. I like it occasionally. Public Works does have a YouTube channel, and no, not many people are on there at all. No, it's not. It's work, Miriam. Unfortunately, it's just work. I wish it was one of my exciting meetings, but nope. I am going to be working on a different claim this weekend, though. I'm waiting for little Miss Nora to get off her butt and call me so that way I can finish it. Tim Hortons sells tar, not coffee. Yeah, my sister is a Starbucks fiend, but I don't really. I like my coffee that I make in the morning. That's an interesting concept, Joe. Yeah, possibly Tuesday. Possibly Tuesday. Gotta wait for confirmation on Monday, but possibly Tuesday. Yeah, that's like way too much chocolate for me, Haggis. That sounds really good. Strawberries and fresh cream, yum. That's way too much work, Haggis. So, Amazon has Amazon has a brand, a coffee, Solio. I don't know how to say it. It's like a donut brand coffee. And I just buy those little pods. Then I put a little bit of flavoring in there and a little bit of creamer, and I'm good to go. But I can't do going through having to go to the Starbucks drive-through all the time, getting the double grande latte, no milk. You have to know the code words. No thanks. Hey, MD, good morning. I knew we'd wake you and Kathy up. And Peter, our West Coasters. How are you doing, Matt? Okay, cool. Very cool. So Ganja's on streaming duty. Oh, that sounds really good, Sophia. Yeah, I just like my Keurig kind of. Oh, come on, phone. Oh, uh-oh. Well, I'm glad that I'm glad you remembered that you have to go to a doctor's appointment. You're really sweet dreams, Matt. Go back to sleep. Go hug your pillow. My phone is not charging right, you guys. Okay, charge, damn it. Hey, hippie chick, good morning. Yeah, we'll call him just Nappy. I think I need some heat. Yeah, it was so nice yesterday, you guys. It was 70 some degrees. I was like, woohoo! You make your cakes with coffee or espresso instead of milk? That's interesting. Nah, it's my cord, haggis. The cord's finicky, funky. If I mess with the cord, it'll start charging right. I gotta get a new cord. Or a new plug-in, new charger thingy. If you plug and unplug the cord. I know a little bit, but not a lot. I know enough that that they're still doing pretrial stuff. That it's not continued, but yeah, I guess it would be considered continued, the pretrial stuff. Oh, tiramisu. I've had that a couple of times. Okay, thanks, Kathy, for the warning. It enriches particularly cocoa flavors, and it reduces the lactose. Yep, it does. There you go. Got your coffee going. Now you need to just get it infused in you, Phoenix Book Girl. I agree. So Ganja, they're just going to do basically presentations today, and I bet you they're going to make public comment after the presentations. Ooh, that sounds good, Kathy. Anything from scratch sounds good. Yummy, yummy. Yeah, well, and who knows? That's okay. Well, we got the message twice then. Real tiramisu from Italians, though, because that's a different flavor experience. I may need lactate pills for that, but it's worth it. Yeah, yum. Sophia, it's kind of like having real Mexican food in Taco Bell. You're hoping Grant is there? Why ganja? Do you have a special message for him? And I don't know if Audit's going or not. I haven't woken her up yet. Grant seems to be the one that listens the best, I think. He may have lost his job. Why? No, I didn't. I must have missed that tea. What was the tea? Egg yolks and mascarpone. Was that on a live or something, Ganja? We saw him get called into mayor's office, and Goat Puppet gave context as of why. Oh man, we can't lose Grant. Someone helped him get the job. So Goat Puppet got him fired. Or who? What happened? Was it on Audit Stream or something, Ganja? Yep, and a lobbyist and the Board of Public Works had approved something they had lobbied for. Well, we think you're spoiled anyway, Sophia. Okay. Oh, he just had the info? Okay. Influence peddling, huh? Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, lots of prayers for that. Okay. I'll have to go back and look. Yeah, because she had a couple of streams. She cut them into different segments. So that's why, I mean, I didn't watch all of them all the way through. Hmm. I will be really bummed if he gets canned. He's been our consistent tried and true. I don't think there's a Clearwater meeting tonight. I think there is a Friday night rally. Yeah, I do too, Ganja. I do respect him a lot. One day, he happened to bump into Audit out on the street, and they were talking, and she had just kept it on, and so I was listening in on the conversation, and he was very respectable. I got to be a fly on the wall for the conversation, and he was very respectable. Yeah, I love real Italian food, Kathy. I'm with you there. Thank you, Phoenix Book Girl. Yep, regular Friday night protest, just calling it Save the Garden, and invited the town to come join them. Tuesday is the rally. Tuesday the 29th. Because it is a science. Uh-oh, now we're talking about pizza. Handed out Save the Garden lawn signs to commission as well last night, so they should start seeing those all over town as well. Oh, nice. No, not money laundering places at all. No. I would love to come to Australia. I need to come see everybody. Come see Miriam and T and you. The kangaroos. Yeah, it's definitely on my bucket list too. That's one continent I haven't been to. Yep. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun just to do a world tour? Stop in Copenhagen, go to Dublin, UK. Totally agree with you, Haggis. And the koala bears, yep. I want to come to Norway. And I went to South America one time, but I would love, love, love to go spend time in the Amazon. Somebody needs to. Somebody needs to do the lottery tonight. I know, right? That's okay. We can still call them koala bears. Okay, I get to reserve a seat in your world tour, Kathy. Got to see if the mega or the what are the two lotteries? The super lotto, the mega lotto, whatever they're called. If they're up over 1 billion. Hey, Stephen, good morning. Yeah, the bears, koala bears are marsupials. Yeah. Powerball. Thank you, Ganja. I don't buy into any of those unless they're over 1 billion. If they're over 1 billion, I'll put a couple of bucks into them because somebody's got to win. But other than that, I don't waste money on them. Thanks, Kathy. Euro jackpot. Ooh, it's up to 80 million. Nice. Well, you can do a lot with 80 million, that's for sure. We can all meet in Hawaii. There we go. Go see the flowing volcanoes and the beautiful flowers, all the orchids. I'm definitely up for that. And the beautiful warm beaches. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna dream big, might as well just dream big. But we could live off 80 million, that's for sure. Nice. $1 million on a slot machine? Wow. That always reminds me they had your Irish pals really. Uh how you're connected to the seventh or the eighth degree with the south of France. That sounds like a good plan, Haggis. I have so many places. Australia is one of them. We'll touch down in, oh, excuse me, Antarctica just to say I've been there. Then go to the Amazon. I'd love to go back to Africa just to say hi to my friends. You want to go to Normandy? Yep. I want to come see Ireland in Scotland. I'd love to see France too, but I wasn't really impressed with Paris. I think I'd rather go see the countryside. I can get you a job there if you want, Ganja. I have connections to get jobs there. Most people don't go there for a vacation. Really, Joe? Yeah, Paris was kind of, to me, when I was there, it was dirty. I guess I didn't feel the culture. Well, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd just like to go down maybe to the South Pole station, go out to the, you have friends in France. That'd be cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind going. I would rather see the countryside. But as I said, Paris was kind of, maybe I was in the bad section of it, but okay, that's the plan, Kathy. Wow. Yeah, I never did get to the Eiffel Tower. We went to the church before it burnt. Well, you can take a cruise to Antarctica, but not to the South Pole, because the South Pole is landlocked. Yep, Notre Dame, before it burnt. Yeah, well, we could go. Just, spend the day there, do some tour sites, but I'd like to go. Yeah, I'm into. Huh. Um, Landlocked means that you can't sail to it. It's not on waterfront. The South Pole is down in the middle of the land. You have to fly there. Means there's no water around it. Yeah, Notre Dame was very beautiful. Yep, land all around it. Oh, okay. No, you can't drive to the South Pole. Hi, T. Good morning. That would be really cool. Yeah. Yes, correct. It means land all around it rather than being on an ocean. How are you doing, T? Ah, so it's very recently being opened. Very nice. Well, that's new information. Person shot at local motel. MD, I thought you were sleeping. You're right. I know, that's the way Alaska is too. And being here near the Great Lakes, we have lots of coastline too. Oh, is your son back in school, T? Done with spring break? How are you doing, Stephen? Did she? I missed that one, Haggis. Nora went to a beautiful lake the other day. They have a they have a really beautiful up there. They have um really pretty waterfalls and they have the ocean nearby. Nice. So you get a little bit of peace if he goes back to school on time. Yep, we've been watching your progression and your updates on your shots. Yeah, nice. It's always nice to have the kids back in school. And hopefully he's happy about it and goes to school. Yeah, I saw that the other day. How's that going, T? Are you going to do another live about it? Or another video about it? Because I thought they weren't in China or Taiwan. Hmm. Yeah, I have the feeling that we're there's things bubbling behind. It's kind of like the lava underneath getting ready to explode. Lots of bubbly. They're in Taiwan. Oh, did not know that. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's right. Having to communicate through a translator sucks sometimes. Sometimes I have to do that listening to Joe and Irish Mart. I'm finally getting used to Miriam's accent. I can understand her most of the time. There's a Japanese government official involved in Scientology? Ooh. Hmm. Definitely need to get the anti-safe point going. Yeah, Irish Mart has a really strong accent. That's good, T. Be behind the scenes and bring some of the movement there. Yeah, that's a great idea. Miriam Francis, yes. But I'm talking Miriam Mersham, Scientology up north. Irish has a Brit accent? Yeah, I know, right, Amy? I totally lose it. If I put it on 2 times or even 1.5 times, I have to slow it down to normal for them. Muriel. Forever Muriel. That's my new book title, Forever Muriel. Yeah, Irish, yes, you have a very strong accent. A brill. That's I thought maybe I had read it wrong. Not a Brit, a brill. Well, yeah, you guys don't think. I do too. I do too love all a brilliant accent. Oh, you guys are just shortening the words on me. I couldn't figure out what the hell a brill meant. A rally accent. Oh, Ganji, you do have an accent. And I'm a Midwesterner. Joe has a very nice accent. Joe has a very pleasant voice. Not to say others don't. It's just Joe has a very steady, pleasant voice. I like Joe's accent. Hey, Let's Go. Let's Go has an accent also. See, Ganja, you do have an accent. I have a mishmash. I lived in too many places. Sometimes my Midwestern accent gets to me. Hippie chick, yes. A lot of them do speak. You know who speaks really fast are Spanish people. There you go. You're going to be in pure heaven. Well, we do. You have a point there. Let's Go. Everybody does have an accent, depending on where you're coming from. Yep. Oh, let's go. I know you just got here. But I'm going to go get my fluff and buff done and go get ready for my meeting. It's at 10:30, so I've got a few minutes just to get ready. I kind of thought easy and loud was a little bit more appropriate there, Irish. Right? Okay. Love to you all. I'll talk to you guys in a little while. I'll try and call in. If I can't, I won't. But if not, maybe tonight we'll do a blessings night. Love to you all. I'll talk to you later.